for the kick. And here we go at Cleveland Brown Stadium. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. They'll be led out by a guy coming off a pair of shortened seasons. The former Pro Bowler, now in his 8th year, Deshaun Watson.
After winning the national title at Clemson and early success at Houston, there's no question that Deshaun's career has been slowed by some injuries and other challenges. But when he is on the field, at every level he's ever played, he's just got a calm. And that calm comes with the trusting of talent that he has in himself. He knows how to run, he knows how to throw, and when he's available, he's still a difference maker.
Ford straight ahead. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. We'll need to pause now after our first play. One of the D linemen injured on it, and medical staff out now to look at him. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun, Watson, able to get it to Moore. And not much doing, he stopped quickly.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
And the Cowboys bringing on an extra DB here. Third down coming. Watson looking to throw. That'll be complete to Ford. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. From the gun, it's Ford. And he gets his offense forward to the 44-yard line. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
From the 44 here on 2nd down. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that gives the Browns a first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Watson on 1st and 10. Rolling out to his left. Now here he goes. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They send the tight end in motion. Watson working in the pistol. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, oh, he just couldn't quite hang on.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Running left, here's Ford. And they make the stop, we're going to say it about the 37-yard line. Give him 3 on that gain. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
So it'll be another 1st and 10 for him, Brock, down at the opposing 37. This set it down starts with an option right. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down.
I can promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he's going to be marked down 5 yards short of that first.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Watson. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
They're going for it. Here's Watson. He finds him beyond the marker. And I don't think he's going to get to the sticks. He's out of bounds. Nope, turnover on downs. What a great stand by the defense. He's out of bounds just before the sticks. They're going to turn it over on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything. And boy, did they ever attack it.
So now the Cowboys getting an opportunity to send their offense out for the first time. Bringing him out, coming off one of his best seasons as a pro, an MVP runner-up finish in year number 9, Dak Prescott.
I don't think I'm alone in this, Kate. To me, Dak is one of the easiest players to root for their success in the NFL. I think for me and for many others, it's based on all he's overcome, from tough playoff losses to significant injuries. But his leadership, his stats, his ability to play like an MVP in big moments, at his best, he really is all you could ever ask for.
To left sideline, complete. It's a gain of 22. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Prescott here from the gun. It's taken in by Lamb. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
That's going to be caught by Cooks. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
Kate, when you watch the Combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Well, we can hear it. Kevin Stefanski audibly frustrated with that call, and he'll throw the red flag out. Well, we're going to see how much of a sideline maven he is, Brock. This one very close, whether he got the feet down or not.
And I'm so impressed by all these mavens because you've got to make that transition from college where 1 foot, you're good.
Yep.
But not at this level. You've got to be a ballerina. You've got to get those toes both in, and the replay booth will be the judge of it.
All right, so that challenge is unsuccessful, but still a chance to earn a third one if their next challenge leads to an overturned call. All right, set now, 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. He brings it in, and he will score. Touchdown, Dallas! The Cowboys get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. So our first score of the game here as they cap off that drive with a touchdown.
It's really what you're looking for, Kate, offensively. You want to force the other guys into thinking they need to play a little catch-up right away. So a nice job to get that first score and take early control of this game.
Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. That one splits the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Handoff running left, Ford. He's out in the clear. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that gives the Browns a first. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to Cleveland Browns Stadium after this. We're ready now for the second quarter. Browns in control of it. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Moore's got it. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Cowboys territory.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. They motion the tight end over. Watson now off play action. And down he goes. The Cowboy defense gets it done. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did. Wasted no time in getting that sack.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Working from the gun, Watson. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
You know, that's a really good play. I know it doesn't get the first down, doesn't keep them on the field, but what it does is it keeps that defense honest. And I promise you, the next time in that situation, they'll have that run in the back of their minds.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And this is the punt you want every time. It bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. The Cowboys and quarterback Dak Prescott ready to get back to work. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Off a touchdown early and with the home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them, right? Turn them against their own team. They were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, they're going to start to murmur, and we might even hear a few bluebirds.
He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
This close to your own goal line, they really don't want to risk a sack. That means, well, one option, run it and buy whatever breathing room you can.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. On the toss, here's Elliott. Hits the sideline to the 20. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
You know he'll never shy away from embracing contact on a play right up the gut. But come on. You know getting that toss in the open field is so much more fun. And on that play, well, certainly more exciting for all of us to watch too.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Running the counter, Elliott. And all that for a single yard. What an effort to get what he could there. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
From the gun is Prescott. Throw complete to Lamb. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 34 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
1st and 10, Prescott. Short pass caught by his tight end. And this one doesn't go far.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
That's the 2-minute warning in what has been a defensive battle. The Cowboys hoping to grow their lead before halftime. Dak throwing again. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Dak out of the pistol. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that one was hit great. It sails on through without incident.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Well, we've already seen some nice plays here, and we're going to see plenty more before this game ends. But you might be thinking, with plays like that, my guys' ratings should be better. Well, you're not alone. You got a chance to let the Madden ratings hotline know just what you're thinking. Give them a call, 1-844-MADDEN-1, and make your case for who should get a boost. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And down he goes. The Cowboy defense gets it done. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. Connection made to Judy. And he gets it up close to the 25 before he's out of bounds. Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. They're running the option, short side. And he couldn't do a whole lot there. Minimal yardage picked up to the 27. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out, as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. The Browns are lining up to punt. Cavante Turpin on the return for the Cowboys. Oh, it's blocked! The Cowboys got there! Picked up and they can go with it inside the 25.
There was some vulnerability right up the middle, a punter's nightmare, and that's exactly where they attacked. Pressure got through, got a straight shot at the punter, who couldn't get it off in time.
Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Dak now from the gun. He completes it in traffic. And he'll go down here at the 16.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 16. Ferguson's got it, complete. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Prescott to throw. This finds Cooks, complete. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. And the Browns add an extra defensive back out there. Nickel package, 3rd down. Back to throw. Here's Dak. Quick hitter, complete. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Another throw for Prescott. This one's caught. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Now Brandon Aubrey will try to knock it through for the Cowboys. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And special teams convert to get them a little something out of that possession.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Here comes the final play of our first half. A final throw before the break. He's trying to lay it in deep along the right sideline. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. So we've arrived at halftime with the Cowboys enjoying a lead on the road. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit, but first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. With that, the two squads are headed out of the tunnel. So let's get you back out to Kay Scott and Brock Hewer.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the second half. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. On the return, here's Rico Dowdle. Return's looking good so far. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. Here comes the Cowboy offense for the opening possession of the third. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the third.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your number one objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half, and that kick returner, he took matters in his own hands.
And they limit this to a minimal gain to around the 34. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get two hands on it the next time.
Prescott now on third down. The Browns close in and take him down. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up fourth down.
That right there, that is a small step toward a big objective, and that's overcoming, Kate, a 2-score deficit in the second half. Fortunately, well, this game isn't close to being out of hand yet. We got to learn that lesson in the NFL. Anything can happen. There's still plenty of time to get that lead back, especially if they keep making impact plays like that one on third down.
Cowboys punting it away here on fourth, and it's the long-time vet Brian Anger on now. The fair catch taken in at the 28-yard line. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And the Browns will go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, a gift to Ford. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Staying on the ground with Ford. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down. No gain on that one, and now it's 3rd and 8.
Big man up front said, "Not in my house." Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this: it's over. Over.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. That's caught for the 1st. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Called in by Njoku, left side. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Short side option here. He's running left. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
When they drop these plays for the quarterback, these are the type of results they're expecting, Kate. Something that could tear a hole in the defense, move the chains, and just as importantly, and maybe most importantly, put a seed of doubt and thought into that defensive mind that the QB can run at any time.
And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
1st down from the red zone. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. And he gets this forward to the 19.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. A give up the middle to Ford. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
And down he goes. The Cowboy defense gets it done. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
So the Browns are going to kick the field goal on 4th down. Dustin Hopkins on for the attempt. From the right hash, a 49-yard look. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that makes things a little closer. It's now a 10-point game.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Here's Cavante Turpin on the return. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. First and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake, hits Prescott. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Hey, God bless the Ted Washingtons, Casey Hamptons, Vince Wilforks, all them run stuffers back in the day. But the D-tackles of today, you not only have to stuff the run, you have to eat up the pass, too, and that D-tackle just got it done.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Another try following the sack. That finds Elliott complete. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Here's Prescott. Brought in by Elliott. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. So we're through 3 here. The Cowboys have it with a lead, but the win's not secure just yet. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Handoff running right to Elliott. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Prescott here from the gun. Got a man over the middle. Complete. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Give them 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
1st and 10, Prescott. It's taken in by Lamb. And he goes out a little short of the 40. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Dak off the play fake. That's going to be caught by Cooks. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. On the option, it's Elliott. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Elliott. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
It's 2nd and goal. Again, here's Elliott. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Back-to-back runs, stop short, and now it leaves him with a big 3rd and goal. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Cleveland. Cowboys holding a 10-point lead. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Dak now from the gun. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that forces them to 4th and goal.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
That kick, well, it throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game. It really leaves only 1 remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it. And we know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Back out now comes the Browns offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing now. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Need to work as quick as you can here, Brock. 2 timeouts left, down 2 scores. It's 1st down. Here he is to throw. It's complete to Ford. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They gain 14 on the play. And that gives the Browns a first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in 1 play and keep driving that defense backwards.
He's got the hook up to Cooper. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Now to throw. To the right side, complete. Big gain here. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs. Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0. Looking to throw it. And he sails that one over the end zone.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
So the incompletion on first. Here's 2nd and goal. To throw. Caught it deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! But the Browns got this one back, so they will luckily hang on to possession. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back.
The shot to the end zone is incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that brings up 4th and goal.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. They're going for it. Here's Watson. And all right, it's a touchdown in the final moments. So win still very unlikely, but a sliver of hope now after that play. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
That one right down the middle. And they're a point closer now on the scoreboard. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. So only a handful of seconds left. They have time for this and a single snap. And this kick is brought in by the Cowboys, and that should be enough to secure them this win.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on 1st down. And they'll kneel this down. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. And he's going to take a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Cowboys come in and take this one on the road. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, Every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.